Hello, all you beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. IStandAlone Gaming. I'll be playing Despot's game. It's an indie game. It's kind of like a dungeon crawler. I'm sorry. Don't know why I can't speak today. But with that being said, it's a pretty fun game, and you can get it for $15 on Steam if you want to play it. But with that being said, let's go ahead, jump right into it. Go ahead and start a new game. So I did play a little bit of it just to get a hang of it, and it is pretty fun. So they start you off playing on normal. Basically what happens is it gives you this frugality, 50% chance to get your loot back from a dead human. But with that being said, this game is especially brutal, so it's hard to beat, but you also get benefits for losing, if that makes sense. So this is your basic setup. You start off with normal. You start off with the classic troops. You get a swordsman, a shieldman, and a crossbow. So once you get into the map, I recommend you highlight all of them. You can click and drag. And then there's this little button down here that auto places your troops. And you can see it lined them up for you. All you got to do is click on a door, get to the next map, and it's basically a dungeon crawler. All you got to do is fight in every new room. Sometimes they're tough, sometimes they're easy. It's pretty much random, so it's pretty interesting. So anytime you see this little marker up here where it looks like a hamburger, that is a food room. Your food is right here. Pretty much every person you have takes one food per room. So if I move into this next room, it'll drop down to 32. If I buy this for 11, I'm up to 47. But if I go into the next room now, it'll go down to 43. So for each human you have, which is right here, for pink number, is basically subtracted from your food every time you go into a new room. So you can't just aimlessly wander. I mean, you can, but eventually once this green bar right here gets red and turns to or empties out, then you end up losing. There's little tower rooms like this. They give you mutations. Your mutations are right here. Go ahead and click here. You got the frugality, which is the 50% chance loot. And then we just got this one, which reduces our cooldowns by 1.11. So essentially you keep going into these rooms, doing these battles. When you get to the one that looks like this, it looks like a little gem here or a token. This is actually a shop. So it'll bring up this little shop icon. You can upgrade your shop. Every time you upgrade your shop, you get better items. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade once. You want to grab one puny human. That's what they call them in the game. And now we have a healer. As you see up here, now we have 4 humans again. They're pretty weak if you don't equip them with anything. So if you just grab a regular, 2 token human, it's pretty much always going to die. So keep that in mind. You want to be able to equip them if you want to buy them. And then these little skull icon up here is basically the boss of the level. So every time you go to those, it'll be one big dude, sometimes multiple, and you just pretty much got to beat him to get through the room or the level. Looks like we might lose the swordman and the healer. Just not healing enough. Unfortunate. So what we could do, hop down here. We saved our little, once we beat these guys, we'll have another shop open. You can only shop at each shop once. So as unfortunate as that is, just keep that in mind. So if you leave one open for after the boss, you still have time to restock before you go to the next level. Sometimes down here in the lower left, if it's only 50% chance on normal, you can get your weapons back. So you can just go ahead and buy one of the humans and equip them with the same little buff there. Now, if you go into your mutations, you can also upgrade stuff with tokens. I highly recommend going through this top row a little bit. Reason being, it costs 2 tokens to restock. You go ahead and buy this for 10. It only takes 1 to restock now. So even if you only use this 10 times, you're still getting your money back. And then secondly, if you go to here, you pick this one, there's going to be a random item, and it'll be 25% cheaper. And that could be the highest tier item if you get that. Definitely very useful. Now we got a little chainsaw dude. Now it'd be really nice if we could get another healer, but we didn't have that option. And then every time you go through a full level, they bring up this little menu, and it's kind of RNG based. Like it's not always guaranteed to give you something, but sometimes it will, sometimes it won't, sometimes it'll hurt you, but it really depends on what you choose. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick biceps. Spent 4 food, melee fighters receive a damage bonus. Everybody else was kind of useless. So we have 3, I think these guys are all melee, I believe. I'm assuming the sword guys are melee, and maybe even the shield. Not sure, doesn't really tell you. So hopefully that helped all 3 of those guys. The game can be pretty slow depending on how far you get, but you also have stuff you could upgrade and stuff along the way. So it's definitely fun in that sense. Could grab this thing right here. Becomes a healer. Now we have a healer on our team. Now we could get a second healer. Now you can get 2 of the same type of weapon, but you get extra benefits if you grab 2 separate or 2 different types of the same weapon, if that makes sense. So like the chainsaw here is a fencer. You can see down here. But if you get another weapon that's a fencer, not a chainsaw, there's like a regular sword, there's Excalibur and a few other swords, but they give you extra benefits on top of having just the sword, if that makes sense. There's also random encounters and events that tend to happen. You can go ahead and click through them. There's a hole in the wall, or the ground. Bring me 5 pink. Soft, gentle, defenseless. Looks like it wants a sacrifice of 5 newbies. You can sit here and say go looking, and then you bring him back 5 newbies and he'll give you a little buff. We're going to go ahead and throw some tokens in there. Bleh! Stop throwing these thingies at me. And he gives me 20 tokens back, which is more than I put in there. So this little tab over here with the upgrade arrow looking thing, that is one of those tower rooms I was talking about, and they always give you a mutation, but you got to beat the room first. And here are your mutations. You get to pick out of these 3. If you don't like those 3, you have 2 rerolls you can do. So you can go over here, see which ones these have. Sword dance is pretty nice. I'm going to go ahead and pick that since we have the 1 fencer. It would definitely be more beneficial to have more than 1 fencer, but maybe we can, you know, get that upgrade next time. As you can see, he's doing this little spinning attack now. That's what we just unlocked. Also, you want to make sure that your food is doing pretty good. And other than that, it's pretty much rinse and repeat. And you just keep building up your army. Hopefully you don't die. And then if you do die, you unlock a bunch of stuff and it tells you to pretty much start over. So Here you can see we got Excalibur, also another type of fencer, so we could go ahead and buy that. You need to buy 1 human and the sword itself, so it's 10 total. And now we have 2 fencers. You can see up here where it says 2 out of 3. And that essentially gives us a critical hit level 1. So if you have 2 fencers, you have a 20% chance of doing 1.4 times damage. If you have 3 fencers, it'll be 30% at 1.8. 4 fencers will be 40% at 2.2, and 50% chance and 2.5% damage, or 2.5 times damage if you have all 5 fencers. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the boss fight. See, the big dude fell pretty quick. Usually if they have extra minions with them, they're a little bit easier, but the minions also make them harder. So astrologers. Astrologers. I think I spelled that wrong. I could be wrong. Proclaim of the week. Lancers, Trickster's growth +1. Alright, so it gave us the free little Lancer over here, and he's known as a Trickster. That gives you and your other humans a chance to dodge attacks, so pretty nice. This guy's also another Lancer if you want to do the tier 2. Some things like the fighter here, you need 3 out of 4 or 3 out of 5 to even get your linked bonus. I'll tell you up here. So you got 1 out of 3. This one says 2 out of 3. Our range guys are 1 out of 2, so on and so forth. But you definitely want to get the extra bonuses. They're pretty nice. But I'm going to go ahead and buy this sale now. So the cool thing about having the cheap reroll and purchasing the sale is you can go ahead and reroll, and you can see the sale right here. That means this item is 25% off. I typically recommend buying the one that's on sale. Don't forget to occasionally highlight everyone and auto place them. Auto place works pretty well. And then you could also go ahead and buy things like this right here, where you get a health bonus for all humans plus 100 health. So you can see right now, this guy has 110. If I buy this, he now has 210. So literally all of our troops now have an extra 100 health. And considering he only had 110, that's basically 100% gain. So pretty good bonus right at the beginning here. It definitely does get very hard, and sometimes it will be hard at this stage too, even depending on how the RNG rolls in your favor or against you. Sometimes you'll lose your first 2 guys in the first floor and there's no recovering sometimes. So just keep that in mind. Now, every time you re-roll, this is one of my favorite things, you still have an item that is on sale. So even if you click it 3 or 4 times, you'll see that you'll still have a sale item. It's 25% off. It's a good way to find an item if you're looking for it. I'm gonna go ahead and buy mana bonus. It gives all our units an extra 30 mana. And then we're gonna keep on moving. So those guys hit like a truck. We just lost our tank. It's a little unfortunate, but sometimes it can't be helped. We have 2 healers and they're not doing their job, so. Should get another Trickster. Go down towards the food here. All right. So if you make it to these rooms, but the four corners have these little arrows on them, and see these four corners, you could go ahead and hit tab, and any of these other rooms with the four corners you can actually teleport to, and you won't waste any of your food. But since we haven't been here, we can just click on that one. The only stipulation is that you have to go to a room with one of those symbols, and that's about it. Now this is the mutation room. This will unlock another mutation. I personally really love this remote heal. It basically allows our healers to heal from further away. Definitely picking that. Go up here to the shop. Let's fight these guys off. And hopefully we can buy a tank before we go to the next boss. Got a sale right there. That's a really good one. So the purple items are almost, I mean, if you played any RPG, you know purple's epic. So the next one that's leveled up is legendary, and those are definitely the best ones in the game. I think this one is purple. You can't really even unlock legendary unless you upgrade the shop fully. You can see right down there it says this little orange one will have a 10% chance in the next upgrade and a 20% chance. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. And a 20% chance all around for every item in the last one. All right, here we are at the boss. He's going to have a bunch of those sword dudes. We lost our one fighter. Wasn't too bad. We did get the gloves back though, so that's always a plus. As the humans ascend, a new monster appears, a huge red ball of biomass covered in suction cup tentacles that resemble a crown. The ball rolls slowly toward the humans. You have two choices here. You can stand together and face the ball in defense phalanx of shields, swords, and stale pretzels, or you can spread out. We're going to go ahead and spread out. Ball rolls past you, paying no attention to the humans. Only Anna came down with a slight cough, but by taking the right measures against the monster, you suffered no penalties, and some humans have even improved their immunity. Throwers receive 50% or 50 bonus health. Human shrug and move on. I don't have any throwers, so that's kind of unfortunate. Go ahead and buy this dude. Give him his gloves back. Go ahead and get a third fencer here. That's not what I meant to do. This one's on sale. Let's go ahead and buy that. Get another tank. Now if you go into your mutations, this one gives you a 20% magic defense bonus. So let's go ahead and pick that. We're definitely going to be needing that soon. We lost the boxer again. He doesn't look like he's doing so hot. I'm going to go ahead and buy this thing, Plague Mask. Another healer. Now we have 3 healers. 2 tanks. Should be a pretty good setup for now. And we all still have the 3 fencers. We got pretty decent damage. Fortunately, most of it's melee right now. We do have the one mage here in the back. But this guy, crossbow guy's physical damage too as well. As you can see, the fencers kind of just mow through those guys. That's pretty cool. If it's something you do not have, like a mob or type of weapon that you do not have, I definitely recommend buying it if it's on sale. You can always increase that sale price to 35% the next level, and so on and so forth. I'm gonna go ahead and buy the extra health here. 50% increase. Now this is the thrower icon here. Hidden Leaf Shuriken. As you can see, they steal some of the stuff. I wouldn't say steal, but they pay homage to a lot of things. Like even the boxing gloves said Rocky's gloves, like Rocky Balboa and stuff like that. There's a fighter suit that looks like Saitama, if you've ever seen One Punch Man. Hidden Leaf is obviously a shot towards Naruto, and so on and so forth. Not sure if you guys are into that, but I've found it amusing. I think this boss is like one of the easier bosses, like especially if you have healers, because every time he knocks you back like that, that gives the healer time to heal them, and then he basically just attacks whoever's closest, and it just keeps rotating. It's like juggling your tanks. The humans come across an unusual zombie. He doesn't try to attack. Instead, he keeps playing an old console, clanking his chains. Someone even made him a cozy lair. Recruit him to your cause, maybe? He looks friendly. You can tell him you want to play D&D. We can feed him brains, or we're going to a pub. Let's go to a pub. Or Winchester. That's funny. Oh man, what was that movie called? I can't think of it now. But basically the whole movie, it was a comedy zombie movie, and the whole movie premise was to go hide out at the Winchester, which is was like their safe haven. Fuck, why can't I think of the name of that? If you can remember the name, put it in the comments. I'd greatly appreciate it. For some reason I can't think of it right now. You could either go ahead and buy, for example, you could buy this guy. It is on sale, so we're going to go ahead and buy that one. Let's highlight everybody. He's actually got a shitload of health. He's got 2100 health. That is more than both my tanks put together. That's amazing. He doesn't have great attack, but it's still higher than my tanks, actually. We're putting him in the front. Fuck that. He's considered unique, not related to any class. And we could go ahead and hop in here. So there's other bonuses like this one, attack speed bonus. Gives you 15% extra attack speed. And then this one right here gives you plus 50 attack. Definitely very nice. This one essentially revolves around mana. This one essentially revolves around your health and defense. This one down here is basically about your summoned creatures. You can summon stuff. And then this one is for like your attacks and stuff. And then this is basically all about your sales and stuff like that. Go ahead and re-roll once or twice. Get yoga pants. Totally want some yoga pants. But yeah, basically every floor there's new enemies that you got to fight. They definitely get stronger, so be on top of your game there. Go down this way, it'll give us another mutation. This one's a good one to have. So what happens is your tank will tank up until he has 20% health left, and then he will run to a healer so the healer can heal him. It's definitely very, very nice, especially if you're going to use the tank healer setup. Does not seem like the zombie gets to be healed though, so, or if he does, he just has so much health it's not noticeable. We don't have that item, let's go ahead and buy it. We have the bunnies, the mage. Let's go to the next one. We are in a teleporter room. Oh, as you can see, we have nowhere to teleport to, unfortunately, so we have to keep moving. These guys are pretty damn tough. 5,600 health. You can see our tank running away. That's when they start getting their heals. Now we could try to go up here and see what's up here, but I think I'm just going to go to the boss, see if we can beat the boss quick. We got our mutation for this level, so ooh, this guy's pretty tough. He hits hard. So you can see our tank ran away. Our other tank just got freaking annihilated. Got an achievement. Zombie lover. You meet a ninja in a blue suit. He can't remember how to shoot ice projectiles. Down? Oh geez. I have a feeling this might be like related to Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat. I don't think I've actually done the attack before, but if I had to guess, that's what I would say. Because he's shooting ice projectiles. Oh, I got it correct. The sign of gratitude, the ninja teaches your mages cold spells that now reduce enemies' attack and movement speed. Mages slow the enemy's attack by 20% for 5 seconds. Wow. That's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and buy another tank. And we can go ahead. Let's go ahead and increase our sale here. So we're 35% cheaper now. Three big guys. Let's see who they are. Well, these guys are, they're not like super tough, but they die and then they turn into another guy here. And they do kind of hit pretty hard, but oh, these guys suck. We're gonna lose some people here for sure. We lost one. That's not too bad considering. We have 3 shooters, so I'm going to go ahead and grab this. Reduces their armor by 40. Can't turn that down. We're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. So, I mean, I don't think we'll make it to the last boss, but I mean, it's possible. You never know. Getting a lot further than I thought I would, to be honest with you. Usually you die pretty fast. So, let's go ahead and keep it going, though. Gotta beat these guys. We lost one of our fencers. Which one did we lose? We lost Excalibur. We got both our weapons still over here. Let's buy some humans. Readjust. We have 3 healers, but it's not really helping our cause. Could get 2 fighters right now. I don't think it's really worth it though. Could get a 3rd tank. It's on sale. Fuck it. We're going for a tank. Can't hurt to have tanks. We're gonna buy this guy too, just because this guy is so close to being dead. I have a feeling he's not going to survive much longer. So we're gonna buy that. We're gonna go down here, and we're gonna teleport over to here. Go ahead and fight these dudes. Surprisingly, we didn't lose nobody. I'm gonna go ahead and buy this. That'll give us 4 healers. So the cool thing about having 4 healers, you can see that every time they heal now, it will heal for 60 damage. Definitely very nice. And let's go with fast reload. It reduces everybody's cooldown time of their abilities. I think it's 1.25. So definitely good to have. Let's go head up to the boss. Take this guy out. We lost somebody already. This zombie is still alive, just barely hanging on by a thread. Impossible, incredible, unbelievable. The gray goose grabbed 10 tokens from the humans and bolted. There's no time to think about it, we need to act. You can either try to catch the goose without hurting it or shoot it. We're shooting it. Shouldn't have stole my shit. Goose dodged your shots. What a magnificent beast. You've lost 10 tokens, but fighters have learned from the goose's graceful maneuver and have now 20% evasion. We don't really have fighters though, so I mean that kind of sucks, but it's cool to have it, I guess. All my coins, man. I was gonna get the laser sword. Bastards. Go ahead and get this tank here. Like having extra beefy people up in the front. Keep it moving. Oh, these guys suck. There's just so many. And they actually hit pretty decently hard, too. We lost a tank. We lost a fencer. Yeah, I hate those zombies. There's a good chance we're gonna die on this floor. Because every time they show up with so many. Look at how many there are. It's just fucking absolutely crazy. And we don't really have any AoE right now, so we're pretty much fucked. We lost another fighter or fencer. We lost one of our tricksters. We survived though, barely. Both of our tanks are almost dead. By 2 people, put these weapons back on. Should get a third rock over here. I mean, they are both about to be dead, so maybe I should. Let's go up here. See what our mutation is first. So usually when it's like this, there's a guy in the back, and all these guys would be blue. Eventually you kill these guys. This guy's a necromancer. He revives them all, turns them into those same zombies. Oh. That's not what's happening in this case. Still a shitload of zombies though. We lost 2 tanks. Lost a 3rd tank. They're just mowing us down, man. It's not fun. This is a pretty cool mutation. Basically what happens is if your whole entire team gets wiped out, it allows you to come back to life. But chances are if your whole team's get wiped out, it's going to happen again. Didn't really have anything too good to pick there. I picked the fireball. We only have 1 mage currently, so it's not super helpful, but it's helpful. Oh, this might be it. We just have no AoE right now. They just wave upon wave of zombies. We survived, but barely. We have our healers and our shooters left. And 1 tank. Take it, I guess. But every time you go into a new floor, and you can only buy more people once you go to this icon. So we have to kill this whole room before we can even buy more people. So, I don't know. It's not looking too good. Just look at them all. This dude's surrounded. Not happening. All right. So we end up getting annihilated. Defeat. Items can be given to free newbies automatically by clicking Control plus LMB on the item. So it's like an auto equipped. That's pretty cool. But yeah. So I guess that's it. So if you really enjoyed this game, please let me know in the comments. I wouldn't mind playing some more of it for you guys. But if you liked the video, please leave a like. And if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe to my channel. You'll be updated whenever I drop a video such as this. Or stick it to the Stickman or anything else I decide to play. So please leave a subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate that. With that being said, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. And I really hope to see you in the next one. Take care.